I found this beautiful place in Finland to meditate. And the lake is like a living thing. Each day it's completely different. And today it's full of little waves, full of movement. Things form in your vision, and as soon as they're formed, they die out. Maybe not die, but merge with the whole. You cannot focus on one point, because the structures are always shifting. If I'm focused on something like this, then the thoughts feel the same way. They come up. They merge in the background. Feelings, emotions, just waves. You can watch as they pass. This should give us more noise suppression. I just put it on. So maybe my voice got clearer now. This image says much more than I can say. Waves emerge from countless flows in the water. And so do your thoughts emerge from countless influences. Your upbringing, your ancestors millions of years ago lead to a special way of seeing the world. Grouping things, or actually grouping phenomena into things. into events, into processes, layers of abstraction that don't necessarily exist, but they exist in our interpretation. And because they live in our heads, we see them everywhere. It's crazy to say that there are waves here. Point at one wave. We all know what we mean, but that which we mean is not here. There's no single wave. There's waving. And in the same way, the things that happen in your life, they're symbols for the influences that you're feeling. And they're filtered through your childhood and your fears and your traumas, and your compensation to be an emergent structure in this world, and to keep being that. You had to see things a certain way, a way that works. But if it works, that means you always have a goal, a strategy, something to reach for. And this is a moment to stop reaching, to stop making things better, to decide enough. I have enough. I am enough. I bathe enough. Just enough. Not giving up, but consciously deciding that this moment is enough. I didn't bring a jacket. This is Finland. It's cold, but it's warm enough. I'm not going to freeze to death. So whatever it is that's ailing you, see that it's thoughts coming up out of habit. Interpretations that were created by your past. And these patterns you will see in the future because, not because they're there per se, but because they're there in you. So if you want to get rid of the patterns that ail you, the only way to do it is to be with them, observe them, let them pass through you. And to know that you are warm enough, loved enough, everything is enough. Nothing needs changing. This stops the strategizing. How can I make things better? Which stops mental activity. If there's no things that need to be made better, then there's no need to make things. And then fears come up. Yes, but we can't do that because... And they're different for everybody, but they're very strong. Maybe the fear is I'll die. I'll get sick. I won't have food. People won't love me. Don't try to fix that. Just be with it. And see that these feelings also act like waves. They come up and they merge. And all kinds of different aspects of this feeling come up, merge in infinite subtlety. And just looking at your feelings like that, at your thoughts like that, softens them, takes off the edge. It doesn't solve anything. If you stop looking at it this way, your problems will return. But you might notice that it's not necessary to have problems. If you just decide it's enough, then there's no problem. And the focus changes very slowly from the problems to a much subtler, a subtle world. But there's all kinds of patterns floating, emerging more slowly. Things you didn't see before. And there's still problems there, but they're slowly no longer the foreground, but the background. Because this is what our mind does. It creates a foreground and a background. And if you're focused on your problems are the foreground, and everything else becomes background. You can choose to let your problems disappear. Focus on the subtle ones. And then when you're ready, when you're calm, when everything is enough, you allow some troubles to be there. You look at the emotions that come up. And if it gets too much, just shift the focus again. Shift it all the way up or down or to the left. It doesn't matter what direction. Shift it to where it's calm, where there are no problems. And then dip back in. Maybe go a little bit further now. Really feel those troubles. Really feel those thoughts nagging. Go back. See that there's not much to worry about. Keep dipping in as far as feels comfortable. Maybe you're bold. You go all the way in, where you see all the troubles, every detail. And then come back up for here. Go in again, just feel what feels good. Good morning.
Do you want coffee?
Oh yes, nice. Thank you. You don't want to be where there's no trouble at all, no texture, nothing to see, nothing to worry about. It's a nice place to visit. But if you live there, it gets a bit boring. So you find a balance that feels nice. And for me, I think it's somewhere here. I love this. For somebody else, it might be here. For somebody else, it is here. But wherever you are, know what you're doing. Know that you're making the choice. You are the one deciding to have problems. Because if everything is just enough, then there's still things with no problems. Life can be heaven on earth, nirvana. But you run the risk to become unempathetic to people who are only see the problems. Don't know that they have a choice. So probably let them both be true. See both worlds. Don't flee from the hardship that we have in this world. Don't live in the problems. Don't live in the sky. And keep the middle. Let both be true. And then when you can decide that you have enough, you can share. When it's all about what you need to be happy and safe. And you can see that we are all part of the same wave. Subtleties of the same wave of humanity. And this whole mine and yours is something that we created, a layer on top, because we want to survive, we want to be safe. This is very basic. But if it's not necessary to be safe, then things are enough quite quickly. And you can share. So, when I get back from Finland, I'm going to fly to Bulgaria again. I'm going to make preparations for a center there, where people can go if they are there. Maybe get a little bit of air here and there, so that they can find their way to balance again. I'm selling my house, and I'm getting way more money than I need, which is nice. But I don't need much anymore. I want to buy a little Finnish house somewhere and be with nature. But I went on my vacation to Bulgaria and I saw how this land is torn, war, corrupt, problems. People have problems that we cannot even imagine. I cannot even imagine. So, time to share. And if you are now coming up from maybe, I hope, meditation, then probably you will find that you're more self-sufficient, you don't need as much. And from this surplus you can share a bit. I encourage you to do that because you will notice that the world is starting to react to you differently. People seem more friendly, more giving. I've only met nice people, really, really nice people, since Bulgaria. Not that people don't have trouble or have problems, but they help and they become good friends really quickly. I think this is something to do with being enough. So this has been 20 minutes. My meditation is done. I hope I haven't been talking through your meditation too much, but I wanted to share this. And I thank you for joining in.